Assalamu alaikum. So we are at Vale on a gondola. Beautiful up here. But my mother just texted me about 30 minutes, and I guess my grandmother died about 30 minutes ago. So my grandmother was a Christian. She wasn't a Muslim. But she had Alzheimer's, she had diabetes, heart disease, you name it. She didn't know who I was. And she hasn't known for years and years and years. She doesn't know who her own daughter and son are. She doesn't know who she is. She doesn't even know her own name. And so she passed away 30 minutes ago. And I brought my family up to this beautiful place, and I start thinking about life. I just had a talk with my kids and wife and kids over here on the mountain, going down now. And it just makes me think that life is so precious. But to live, when we reflect on if somebody dies, especially close to you, you have to you would be really foolish if you didn't just stop for a few minutes and reflect on death itself and how your life is going right now and what you're doing and what you want to do. I was explaining to my family that a lot of us go through life in this kind of mundane existence, if we're not doing something, if we're not being entertained or at work, we're really just waiting around and not really focusing on the things that we need to focus on. And it seems like a lot of the times these days, death is far from our minds. And really, it should be at the front of our minds. I know that we can't think about death on a daily basis because that wouldn't be really living. But I just start thinking about the borrowed time that we're on, Muhammad al-Sharif, of Al-Maghrib Institute, we all know that he passed away a couple of days ago, and we're all, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, we're all kind of in shock because he had no health issues. He wasn't even 50 years old, and, I guess he fainted and they took him to the hospital and he just died. So when we think about death, it's only natural that we think about life and where, the direction of our own life. And we definitely need to take out a portion of the day to really refocus or examine our lives. At the end of the day or the beginning of the day or the middle of the day, it's your choice, but we should all really be focusing about our end, not only our end, but how we are living. Re-examining our shortcomings as people, as Muslims. Because, like I was explaining to my family, she had Alzheimer's. She didn't know who she was. But I believe that, now she does know. Because, in the spiritual realm, the barzakh, even though she didn't die a Muslim, at least she knows who she is now. At least she knows the reality. At least she's not going through heart disease and Alzheimer's and diabetes and, the rest of the ailments. And that's another thing. We really need to say Alhamdulillah for all of our health. A lot of people out there have great health. And a lot of the young people have great health, but they're not doing too much with their lives. They're not going outside and, taking advantage of their young bodies. They're just kind of wasting away, some in front of video games, some just not really doing too much with their lives. So this is kind of a reminder as well to maybe it's a reminder to become more focused and say alhamdulillah to our life and the gifts that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. My grandmother was on life support. I'm pretty sure that she was craving to breathe normally. She was fighting. She's been fighting. She was in hospice for a week and she was fighting to live. Most of the people out there right now are not fighting to live. You're in very, very good health. So what are you doing with your life? Like I said, a lot of us are in that mundane type of, a lot of us are stuck. So I guess the best thing to do would be to examine the ways how to get unstuck, for lack of a better term. And just live our lives, you know? Life is so precious, you know? And it makes me think, now, as of 30 minutes ago, I no longer have grandparents. My grandparents on my mother's side, now dead. My grandparents on my father's side, now dead. So I'm thinking, maybe I'm next. Maybe my mother's next. But we're definitely next. All of us are on deck for death. We just don't know it. So I don't want to make this video too long, but I want to remind everybody to really appreciate what you have. You might not have the most exciting life in the world, but you still have life. You still have clean oxygen flowing through your body. You're still seeing things, you're still eating food, you're drinking cold water. You know, you're still with your family, you still have your mother or your father around, your wife, your husband, your kids. So enjoy them. Enjoy them. Take that time and enjoy your family, because we're all not going to be here forever. So hopefully this reminder, I don't mean it's very somber, serious kind of reminder, but a reminder nonetheless. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.